Wayne and Dick. We're ready to go at 119 pounds. This is the final one of our featured matches at AA. Jason Egtherington of Algona against Mike Schwab of Osage. These Schwabs haven't lost anything this year at all.
No, they've been undefeated all year. I know Mike was a state champion back in 1981, and Egtherington beat him out in this tournament last year in the consolation rounds. That's the last time they've wrestled. It was a very close match then, 1 point.
Schwab is in the green. Egtherington of Algona is in the black. Up in the corner, you see the 1A match we'll be keeping an eye on, too. Larry Goodwell of Lake Park against Brad Brosdahl of Manly North Central. And in the AAA, Jeff Gibbons. There's a famous family. Ames, undefeated, going against Terry Cook, undefeated from Spencer. We'll watch that one, too. AA. On the right, Jason Egtherington. Now he's on the left in the black. A familiar Algona uniform with a red stripe around the middle. They've won a lot of titles.
Egtherington prefers a low-level attack if he can get it. Of course, Schwab, with all of his freestyle experience, would like to bring him up, but I'm sure that you're going to see Egtherington with some low-level shots in here to try to take away some of that upper body offense.
2-minute periods. First one, both men starting on their feet.
I noticed them taping up Schwab's hand today, and he looked like he had a real swollen part in there. He may have a very injured knuckle because it was very swollen on him.
And Egtherington is carrying a lot of tape around his left elbow.
You know, it's the end of the season. These guys get beat up a little bit in here about this time of the year.
Not much to show so far, and a warning is given to Mike Schwab in the green for inactivity or backing away from that move on the edge of the mat.
See, now he's got him in a 2-on-1. This, where he ties up the arm, it's very difficult for him to run an offense off of there, but it's very difficult for the other man to have any offense at all.
The Russians were specialists in that one, as I recall. Some people call that the Russian tie-up, too.
They sure do, and I don't like to give any country credit for too much. You know, I just call it grab the arm with 2 hands and go ahead and try to take him down.
All right. There's a single leg shot, a nice one by Egtherington. Now, but he has to finish it.
Well, they followed up very nicely. He got in and got an angle on him, and then he used his body and his head as a lever in order to take Schwab down to the mat with it.
And it's 2-0 Egtherington. He gets the first takedown with a nice single leg, converted it.
You see that kind of move, Doug. One of the reasons that what doesn't work for some men is they stay in the position out in front. He got around to the side and created a nice angle on it.
Second period is going to start now. That's the first 2. Time has run out here. The score is 2-0 Egtherington in the black.
Red choice.
Bill Andrews, the coach at Osage.
This way, guys.
See how he got it right here. Now he uses his head back into him. And it's the head that takes the man on over for the takedown.
There's no score in the 1A match. Goodwell and Brosdahl now at the end of a period.
In 3A, Gibbons from Ames has a 2-0 lead
over Cook. So Egtherington starting on top, trying to keep Schwab flattened out. He hasn't been able to do it at the moment. Now he's looking for fishing for some kind of move on the top. Schwab isn't moving under there. Now he comes up.
What he's really doing, Doug, is he's not letting Schwab have anything to grab a hold of. You know, he isn't leaving his hands or arms in any one spot long enough for Schwab to locate him. This won't last long with the official. He's going to tell the bottom and he's got to go.
That's a point. That's a point. And now, not only that, make it 3-0, but Egtherington has a bar arm going here.
When he takes that inside wrist, if he wants to be effective with it, he's got to get off that leg and get out to the side with it. Schwab's got to start moving. He's got to be able to get up off that mat in order to be effective.
3-0 is the score. Egtherington of Algona in black on top leads. No escape. We have 51 seconds to go in the second period, and Egtherington still in command. There's his coach, Bill Fetland.
Schwab wants to get up. You know, he doesn't want to stay down here on the mat with him. This position where Egtherington knocks him down and gets him fully extended really puts him at a disadvantage. And now that he's built up, he wants to get going. He wants to get his upper body upright and be able to control hands so that he can score his escape.
Back to the mat again. Riding was always one of the specialties of Egtherington's coach, too, Bill Fetland, when he was a wrestler at Iowa State, as I recall.
Yeah, he's done a real good job here of not letting him locate him, and he's keeping busy. He hasn't really endangered himself, but he hasn't let Schwab get a hold of anything. That's it keeps him down on the mat and extended.
3-0. Egtherington leads, and he has ridden all the way through this period. There are only 10 seconds to go, and Schwab hasn't been able to get out.
When he has gotten to his feet, Etherington's done a nice job of being able to lift the inside leg and dump him back down.
Go third, guys, third.
There's the end of the second period between Egtherington and Schwab. It's Egtherington 3-0. And here are the team standings in the 3A division. Waterloo still and Fort Dodge haven't changed. It looks good for Waterloo because Fort Dodge lost its man Thompson against Steve Knight. Here we are again starting the third period.
And Schwab let him get up. Didn't really fight him hard to get out of there, so now it's a 4-0 lead. And he has got to start wrestling very aggressive right now.
Keep it in the circle.
Egtherington 4, Schwab nothing.
There he made an attempt at headlock, but he really didn't have good position on it, and he didn't have good pressure. Lost it and lost the takedown.
And now Egtherington has a big lead at 6-0 with a minute and a half to go. Etherington's taken command here from the start, and he's been the man the whole way.
He really has, and he's put a lot of pressure on Mike Schwab so that it's hard for him to make any offense go.
Now he has it flattened out, controlling the hands from that position. Schwab finally gets back up to the base again and to his feet. From here, Etherington's been able to carry him back before. This time he couldn't.
Yeah, that was nice. He fought his way right out of there. Now he's behind by 5, so he's got to get an offense that takes the man to his back. He's going to have to go for a throw type of action. Takedowns won't win this for him.
The man in black is leading by 5, 6-1. He's now leading by 7, 8-1 after a takedown.
Well, he still hasn't given that takedown until he gets to the better position. Now he's got him behind the leg, and so he gave him the takedown.
With about 28 seconds to go. Referee is Gene Luttrell.
Oh, he was breaking that because neither man could improve, but he had gotten in behind him and blocked the leg and had him out of position off his base.
Etherington has been a dynamo on top.
Yes, and he's a junior. He's going to be back next year, so he's gaining real valuable experience right here.
Escape for Schwab, 8-2. With almost no time left, that was a necessity. Schwab had to try something. He didn't really have a move to make. And time runs out with the score 10-2 in favor of Jason Egtherington, the new state champion from Algona at 119 pounds. 10-2. There's the happy winner. 10-2 in the AA division. And we're going to catch you up on what happened in the other classes. The 3A action is still going on. In the black on top, that is Jeff Gibbons of Ames. In his 30th match of the year, no losses. He's leading 4-2 over Terry Cook of Spencer in a tough match. And we have quite a bit of time left, 1 minute and 45 seconds to go.
Gibbons is a very tough rider, and he really wants to win this match. This is a family that's won an awful lot of titles, and he'll be tough right in here.
The 1A match, by the way, ended in favor of Brad Brosdahl. He beat Larry Goodwell of Lake Park 5-4. 5-4 over Brosdahl of Manly North Central. AAA division. Jeff Gibbons, his brothers Jim and Joe won 7 state championships between them.
There he got a little bit overextended and almost lost it to a switch, but wisely came right back with a counter move and really didn't lose the position at all. That was a very close situation.
Yes, it was.
He lost the position, lost his hips. Cook was almost out of there, but wisely, instead of putting his head down and thinking about it, he came right back with a switch of his own, came back into the top position and kept control.
Jack Mendenhall is Jeff Gibbons' coach. He started out as a junior high wrestler under Jim Amfer up in a junior high school in Ames.
He's done a great job coaching those boys over there at Ames. He's always competitive and always has somebody in this tournament that's doing very well.
Jim Keck is the coach at Spencer. The only blemishes on these two wrestlers' records is one draw, one single draw this year in 53 matches that Terry Cook had.
You see right there when Cook got to his feet, Gibbons controlled the hips and lifted them, and then Cook's head went down to the mat. Gibbons gained control.
We have 55 seconds to go in the third period. This one's ending much later than the others. I don't know what held it up earlier, possibly an injury of some sort.
It may be that they just continue to do what they've been doing right here, Doug.
Right.
One man gets to his feet, and the other guy blocks him, knocks him down, and they go off the mat. And that starting and stopping all the time takes a lot of time.
It's almost like a classic single leg position here, except that Gibbons has the position of control and has to keep it against that whizzer, and it's tussle. He can't keep it. It's 4-3 now.
And there's about 30 seconds to go, so it's Cook's match to win or lose right now. He's got to be able to set an offense right here.
That's Cook on the right. They both wear black uniforms. The lighter trim belongs to Cook.
Well, he's got to be able to penetrate this. There's still 20-some seconds in the match, and he has enough time he doesn't have to panic, but he's got to make it a good, deep, penetrating shot if he's going to be able to take Gibbons down out of there. See, there he didn't get it because he dropped straight to his knees and didn't penetrate in underneath him.
Gibbons was able to take control of him right on the top, head and arm, as they went out of bounds. Again, Cook wasn't able to get under. 8 seconds. Now there's a warning against Gibbons.
Now it's about panic time. He's got to go for something.
Oh! He went with it, and it looks bad. Unless he can come out, it is a takedown or Cook, I think.
They're going to talk it over, but it certainly looked like he was in there close. It's a matter of the officials making that decision on whether he had control or not. Here he is deep. He's got it. The only reason it is because Gibbons got his arms locked up there, but I'll tell you, he's in there tight, and he put his hands up when he came around.
Well, I don't know yet. We just have to wait and see. You saw the replay, and now you see the people down on the mat. Referee Bob McNeil and the coaches. The assistant referee. I'm not sure here.
They have to make that decision whether the hands locked up around Gibbons' arm was preventing him from being able to go anyplace, or whether he had gained control even though the hands were still locked.
Boy, you can imagine what this means. You either win or you lose on the basis of this discussion.
That's right, and it's really a discussion centered around whether the man had time and run out when he gave the points, whether the man was chasing the official around the athletes, and had he had control, or whether the man was still way behind him. So here he comes in. Now the man with the towel's right behind the official. See, so he's ready to whack him, but as the official starts to run to get into position to see it, the man behind him starts to lose control of him. See, now the man with the towel is going to be following the official around right here. He can't quite get to him, and we don't know whether the time's out or not. See, he dives to try to whack him.
Boy, we can't tell because we can't hear the time. I think here we come to the center. We're going to get a decision.
Yes, they gave it to Gibbons. They felt time had run out.
Time had run out, according to the officials. One of the biggest heartbreakers you'll ever see, either way.
One man's very excited, the other man is very despondent. That happens when you work all year long to get to this point. It comes down to a very tight match like that.
Yes, we get the information from the scorer's table that the man with the towel missed him the first time and thought that he would have had him. That it would have been Gibbons' move.
Well, he was trying to counter the man coming around, and that's why I say the official started to run to try to catch up to him. I mean, the man with the towel started to run.
Brad Brosdahl, a 17-year-old senior from Manly who's been at the state tournament all 3 years, never won a championship, did so tonight 5-4 over Larry Goodwell of Harris Lake Park. Brad Brosdahl wrestled even Steven in the first period made an escape and a takedown in the third period, a reversal escape in the final period to score his 5 points, 5-4. The champion, Brad Brosdahl over Larry Goodwell. Brosdahl of North Central at Manly is the champion in 1A at 119. Doug Brown, let's...
Right now we want to bring in a wrestler, a name that is well known to Iowa wrestling fans, a youngster by the name of Gibbons. And Jeff, you came through tonight in a real tough match.
That was awful tough. Terry, I respect him. He's a real good wrestler. There was a judgment call at the end, but fortunately it went my way.
And you had a couple of brothers here tonight watching on, didn't you?
Yeah, all my brothers were here. Jim, Tim, and Joe.
Jeff might be a little shy, but I know if memory serves me correctly, this is the 9th title for the Gibbons family. Can we get one more?
Yeah, we're gonna sure try to get one on.
We'll be looking for you next year, Jeff. Best of luck to you.
Thanks a lot. Jeff
Gibbons, the state champion from Ames High School. Now back to you, Doug.
Thanks. And there we go at 119 pounds.
Presenting the awards, Class 2A, 119 pounds, Coach Ken Fuchs of Manly North Central. 6th place, Rod Barrier, Iowa School for the Deaf. 5th place, Jeff Wheeland, Highland Riverside. 4th place, Ken Moore, Schleswig. 3rd place, Steve Helly, Edgewood, Colesburg. 2nd place, Larry Goodwell, Lake Park, Harris Lake Park. And the 2A or 1A 119-pound champion from North Central, Brad Brosdahl.
There's Brad. He won 5-4 over Larry Goodwell. We have the AA winners coming up on the stand now, and then we'll have the AAA at 119 pounds. We'll be with you throughout the night live with these championships.
6th place, Scott Dunn, Story City, Roland Story. 5th place, Tim Hillpiper, Eagle Grove. 4th place, Rich Dunscombe, Humboldt. 3rd place, Dwayne Schmucker, Van Horn, Benton Community. 2nd place, Mike Schwab, Osage. And the 2A 119-pound champion from Algona, Jason Etherington.
He looked very strong tonight, beating Mike Schwab 10-2. Jason Etherington. It's a big moment in these kids' lives and in the lives of the parents and friends, people down the block who came from all parts of the state here to Veterans Auditorium to watch these championships tonight. More than 12,000 people. Here is the AAA.
Awards, Coach Jack Mendenhall of Ames. 6th place, Kent Halstead, Keokuk. 5th place, Corey Mills, Waterloo East. 4th place, Mike Bonsack, Waterloo West. 3rd place, Craig Cervantes, Bettendorf. 2nd place, Terry Cook Spencer. And the 3A 119-pound champ from Ames, Jeff Gibbons.
Well, of course, that's unfortunate because the young man, Jeff Gibbons,
it wasn't his decision.
It wasn't his decision at all. And here's Dean Borg for a floor report.